Yeah, really exciting match today. We got to take on West Virginia at home. We went 5 sets going the distance, and we took them down in 5, 15-8 in the 5th set. And for us, one, it was a great opportunity to play 3 matches over 3 days, which is exactly what it's going to feel like when we get to the Summit League Championship later in November. But also a chance to play against a really physical, really good West Virginia team from the Big 12. And I'm just a credit to our entire team. They battled for a really long period of time, and they stayed really clean through that. And we had a lot of different adjustments and changes that we made as we ran out of subs and sets went long. And people came in and did a really nice job in a lot of different areas that we don't traditionally see them in different matches. So really proud of our team for the work that they did today, and time to turn around and get ready for Belmont and Western Illinois next weekend.
Coach, just looking at the box score, team blocks 12-2 for them. You had 9 service aces, a season high as a team. Just talk a little bit about the effort. Obviously, serving, you got a couple early to help you jump out to a 7-0 lead in set 1, and you got several late that really helped you kind of keep that distance. And of course, the defense continued to. I think it was you played 5 matches, you've had a dozen blocks in 4 of them, a dozen or more in 4 of them. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Haroline opened it up in set 1 with a nice serving run to start us off for that match, and then Tegan opened it up in the 5th set with a huge advantage with her serving run there. But I think it's one of those things that we know that our team, at any given moment, anybody can step back to the service line and put pressure on our opponents. And if we're able to get them off the net, then it gives us a huge advantage with our block and defense as well. And so you're going to see those 2 things hand in hand. We're going to serve people a lot off the net, get a ton of aces, but then we're going to have a lot of blocks behind that to cover it up.
Katie, you had 13 kills this afternoon. You hit 407. What was working for you?
I mean, honestly, my teammates just made it really easy for me. Our middles were on fire tonight, too, so they're opening up the block for me. I mean, Tegan, I love playing with her, and our defense was making it super easy to be able to see the court. I mean, Izzy's back there always calling a shot, so just leaning on my teammates was really helping me tonight and just getting in the rhythm and going with it.
And Paige, you had 14 kills, 278. Katie, you obviously hit 407. Paige, talk a little bit about, kind of one of the elder statesmen. How different does the start of this season feel in comparison to maybe a couple of the other ones?
Yeah, as time's ticking by, the excitement gets, higher. We want to have an end goal, and I want to have it before me and Katie leave. And so it's just like, how can we capitalize on every single game so we can set ourselves up for that at the end of the season?
And just both of you, Katie, you can go first. Talk a little bit about just the atmosphere. It's a Sunday morning. Obviously, you guys forced that 5th set, and the Betty starts rocking a little bit. Just talk a little bit about what it's like to play in the Betty.
I mean, it's so fun to play in the Betty. I mean, we love it. We stay in the same apartment together, so, her mom's here. Just having people in town is so fun, and just seeing my family, too. We love being here, and our community is great. So, really, if they're quiet or not, they're a great community, and we're really lucky to play here, so it's just fun.
Yeah, I think the vibe on the court, we could tell from match point 1 that, we were going to play a great game. Everybody had smiles on their faces and was cheering at every single point, celebrating so intently. And I also think what Katie said, the support from our community, we have little girls out there that look up to us and were high-fiving us after the game. And it's 15, you're my role model, and that's just awesome. So it's we also do it for them too, as well as ourselves.
And Coach, one last question for you here. Looking back at last year, we've kind of talked, I guess off camera, so to speak, about just some tough 5-set losses, just taking opponents to the very end, but just not being able to get there. You've got 2 5-set wins this weekend alone. You had New Mexico on the ropes last weekend. Talk a little about how you can take, you and your team can take this, kind of bottle it up and just carry it throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, we love it. We love going to 5 sets. We love the battle. It's one of those things where every time we go to a 5th set in the huddle, it's just huge smiles on everybody's faces. And so, one, if you're coming to watch volleyball at the Betty, you're going to get a lot for your money, and so come ready to watch a lot of really good volleyball. But for us, it's just validation that, hey, this is a group of fighters, and they're never going to give up. And we very easily could have done that in the 4th set, but instead we came out and we blew them out 25-16, and then we carried that into the 5th set. We went 15-8, and so for us to have that validation, that confirmation, hey, what we're doing is what we need to do, and so let's keep going forward.